What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Today I'm going to have a workaround for you guys for an issue that I've been experiencing and I've noted in a couple of my videos as of late, and that is the issue where I can't access the share files on the PS5 version of Madden. And so I'm going to show you guys a quick workaround that you guys can utilize in order to start a franchise with any roster you want and utilize draft class for the PS5 version of Madden. Now, this is going to involve having the PS4 version of Madden and being able to work across both platforms, essentially. And so what you're going to want to do, and you can have access to the PS4 and PS5 versions of Madden on the PS5, so you don't have to worry about having your PS4 still, so that's not an issue. You just have to make sure you have them both downloaded. What you can do is you can go to the PS4 version of the game, which I'm on right now, and you can go to the share center, the community files of the game, and you can download whatever community files you want because the share center for the PS4 version is up and running. I've had no issues as of late getting into the PS4 version of the game, and so you can download whatever roster and whatever draft class you want. If you're going to be starting a new franchise, I highly recommend that you download one roster and one draft class to be able to utilize, and you're going to want to utilize them here on the PS4 version so we can then export to the PS5 version, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how that's done in today's video. So I have a roster and a draft class prepared today. The roster and draft class that I have are recommended to me by a friend, and they are done by the Monkeyman23. So if you guys are looking for a good realistic roster to utilize for a PS5 franchise file, go ahead and check this roster out. You might like it. So we're going to load that one up today, as is standard whenever we're doing a new franchise, and then we're going to go ahead and head over to franchise mode and start our franchise and get ahead right into it. So jumping into franchise mode, and it's a little bit slower here on the PS4 version of Madden. We're then going to create a new league. Now, you can do this whichever way you want. You just have to understand that if you want to get a draft file in, you're going to have to be at a point where you can upload the draft class to your franchise file prior to exporting this franchise over to the PS5 version of Madden. So for example, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and utilize the active roster, which is the one that I have up and loaded at that current point in time, and then I'm going to go ahead and advance to, say, week 3. We started ours in the off season, so you have to be at a week where you have scouting. We'll just select the Steelers for convenience here, start up the franchise mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and advance a couple of weeks so that we can get to a point where we have scouting available to us. Generally speaking, like I said, you'll probably advance this to the off season. You might have to force wins to make sure that you have the right order for all of the teams in terms of their draft picks and whatnot. Specifically, what we did was we actually just simmed through the season, and we found the easiest way to be was at the end of the season. We just traded, we hopped onto the teams using the retirement method, create a new character, and we just traded the first round picks back and forth between everybody. We made sure the right teams won the Super Bowl and all that, and the right teams were in the playoffs by giving them force wins here and there, but we didn't input the entire schedule. You can input the entire schedule, do it whichever way you like, but you know, it really doesn't take all that long to get those force wins in or get the trades done to get the correct first round draft picks for every team. So let's go ahead and advance to regular season week 3, and we will import our draft file, and that will get us to a point where we can then export over to the PS5 version, and then I'll see you guys on the PS5 version whenever you do that. So go to the scouting and then import local file. You'll want to import your draft class that you guys are using. Like I said, we're using the Monkeyman23's draft class, so we'll go ahead and import that for us. And this, once you have it imported, will carry directly over to the PS5 version of the game. And so now that this is loaded up for us, I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the PS5 version of the game, and you guys will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about here. Let me go ahead. I guess I'm going to have to go through this tutorial real quick, and we'll back out, and I'll switch versions of the game for you guys, and you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've now got the the draft file loaded in. So I'm going to go ahead, and you guys should be able to see all of this. We're going to go ahead to the switcher, and we're going to switch to the other version of Madden, the PS5 version of Madden, and load this up. Should load pretty quick because the PS5 version has significantly reduced loading times and all that, so this should actually be relatively quick and easy for us. We're just going to hop into the franchise section of Madden, and it should give us an option to be able to import that draft file from the PS4 version. It will no longer be available on the PS4 version, but you'll be able to import it over. And actually, you know, I think it does remain with a copy on the PS4 version, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll go ahead to franchise mode here real quick. Load this up, and then it shows a pink option right here over that Steelers franchise we just created. So we'll go ahead and import this league to the PS5 version of the game. It says success real quick, and then all you have to do is hop into that league. Like I said, the important thing here is getting yourself to a point where you are able to access everything that you want to access. And you know what? I might have had to have force advanced a week, because as you guys can see, it didn't carry over here, so we're learning as we go. Make sure you guys advance a week, or you do your scouting on that PS4 version of the game, because as you can see, it did not accept my draft file. You know, because I must have just uploaded it and didn't advance a week or didn't scout within that file. It didn't actually accept my draft file. So you guys are going to have to make sure that you get to a point where you want to be, and you have access to the scouting, but you need to scout in that draft file so that it registers that that's the draft file that you want, and then it probably advance a week past that so that it knows what you're doing. And so, like for our example, whenever we went to the off season, you know, we input the scouting file towards the end of the season, and then we advanced to the off season. We advanced close to the draft, and you know, at that point it had picked up and registered our Scout College players, our draft file. And so that's the quick workaround for you guys. I hope that this helps you guys. It may be obvious to some people. It wasn't obvious to me immediately that we could do this. You know, inevitably we probably could have had this done sooner if I would have realized that this was an option to us. And to be quite honest with you, it is pretty straightforward, so I apologize for not bringing you this video sooner. If this did help you guys out, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below with anything you guys would like to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a good night.